Hello. All right. We are back for day 5 of the Spring Into Simple Challenge. This is great. We're doing good to make it to day 5. That's great. I'm just going to make sure that it looks like things are going. Okay, perfect. So today, before we start talking about the decluttering task for today, I wanted to remind you to try to stay consistent with the challenge. You know, we're at day 5. It's kind of at the point where your excitement might start to wear off a little bit. It starts to feel like a chore. And I really want to encourage you to stay consistent. With decluttering, consistency is often more important than intensity. You usually will see more results if you do a little bit of decluttering every day or quite often than if you wait until you have a big chunk of time and do a whole bunch of decluttering once in a while. It's usually better if you can do a little bit at a time and consistently build up that momentum, and over time you'll get rid of a lot of clutter from your home. And it all adds up. Every time you remove one piece of clutter, it matters. Every time you spend 5 minutes decluttering, it matters. It all adds up. So I really encourage you to stay consistent. Stick with the challenge. Keep going. You know, like I said, we're kind of at the point where maybe some excitement is wearing off. So I really encourage you to just keep going. Just show up, do some decluttering. Remember, we're planning to do 15 to 30 minutes. Even if you have 10 minutes, it matters. It all adds up. So keep going. So that's kind of my little pep talk for today is don't quit, especially as we head into the weekend. I know weekends can get busy for people, and I really encourage you to still try to find those 15 minutes. Try to find them even on the weekend, just for these 2 weeks. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how much progress you can make by the end of 2 weeks if you really stick with it and stay consistent. Okay, so with that said, today's task is the linen closet. Or wherever you keep things like your extra bedding, pillows, sheets, guest bedding, that kind of thing. Wherever you keep your linens, even if it's not a traditional linen closet. That's what we're going to tackle today. So my tip for you today is to be really honest and realistic as you're decluttering your linen closet. Really think what you actually use, what you actually need, what you actually love, and try to only keep those things and let go of the extras. If things are worn out, now is a great time to let them go. If you have things you just don't like and never choose to use, like maybe you have a set of sheets that you just don't really love, now is a great time to let those go. So worn out linens and just ones that are still in good condition you can donate, but ones that are worn out, animal shelters are again a great place to take those linens. They're always looking for, blankets and towels and that kind of thing. So if you have some that are worn out, why not pass them on to an animal shelter? So first thing when you're starting this, I like to really think about how much you actually need of each item. So you have to decide what works for you, what works for your preferences, your lifestyle, how much company you host, how often you want to do laundry, that kind of thing. But really think about what you realistically and actually need. So for example, I have decided at this point in our lives to keep 2 sets of sheets per bed. So one to make the bed with and one to wash. And that works quite well for us. We're kind of shifting we're out of the little kids stage now and we're into like the big kids stage. So accidents aren't something that really happen anymore. So I've been thinking I could probably easily go down to 1 set of sheets per bed, and I likely will do that as the sheets wear out. I just won't replace 1 set. So just think about what you realistically and actually need, not taking into account every possible what if or just in case scenario, but like on a regular basis, what do you actually need? And the other thing I like about having 1 set of sheets per bed is that it forces you to like wash the sheets and make the bed rather than leaving them sitting in the dryer or in a pile somewhere. Like if you want to go to bed that night, you have to put the sheets on. So if you need that little boost of encouragement, which I sometimes do when it comes to laundry, that can help. So that's what works for us right now. Like I said, we have 2 sets, but I will probably be going down to 1 just because my kids are out of that stage where we needed spare sheets more often. So, and then do the same thing with bedding for guests. Like think about how often do you actually host guests? How many guests do you host when you host guests? Like if you maybe only host 2 people a couple times a year, you probably don't need enough extra bedding for 10 people or that kind of thing. Like, think about who you host, how often you host, how many people you host, and let that kind of guide your decluttering decisions. If you have seasonal bedding, now's a great time to go through that. Like, if you have winter and summer bedding, first ask yourself, like, is it really necessary? Do you actually need to switch it out? Do you enjoy switching it out? Do you actually switch it out, or do you just wish you did? And then maybe keep your favorites and let go of the extras. And yeah, that's really what it's all about. It's keeping what you really honestly use and need and what you really love, and letting go of those extras. Trying not to hold on to things just in case, or what if something happens. Trust your future self to figure that out, because you will. This is also a great time to use a maybe box like we talked about yesterday. So if you have bedding that you're hesitant to get rid of, but you don't think you need it, but you're not sure, or you're worried you might regret it, put it in a maybe box and put the box away. Set a reminder in your phone for 3 months from now or 6 months from now, or whatever you want to do. And if you haven't needed the bedding in that box or even thought about it, then you'll be just fine without it and you can get rid of it. So it's a good way to experiment with less without that fear of regretting it or wishing you still had it holding you back. So another great time to use the maybe box to put some of those extras away and just try living without them, experiment with it, and just see how it goes. So if you have any time left today after you've done that, and you keep other stuff in your linen closet, like maybe you keep backstock products or paper products like toilet paper and paper towels, or cleaning products or travel toiletries, or anything that you might keep in your linen closet along with linens, you can tackle that stuff too. Give it a quick declutter and organize. Remember, just do what you can in the time you have. If you can't get through all your linens today, that's okay. It matters if you just take some time to do a little bit and find a few things to get rid of. So do what you can, do as much as you can, work quickly, and know that it matters and it adds up. And then keep sharing in the group. I'm excited to see some more before and afters of linen closets, because that's a fun space. It can look so pretty and organized and simplified when you're done. So I'm excited to see that. Keep sharing. I will be back tomorrow. We're going to continue with the Facebook Lives right through the weekend. So I'll be back tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for tomorrow's task. And tomorrow we're going to move on to the kitchen. And I always love decluttering the kitchen because it's such an important space in our homes. And when we take time to declutter it, it really positively impacts us and makes life easier in so many ways. So I'm excited to get started on the kitchen tomorrow. But today we'll work on the linen closet, and just get rid of those extras. Be really honest with yourself, really realistic. Keep what you really love, let go of the rest, and enjoy a simplified linen closet. So take care, everybody. Keep sharing in the group. I will see you back here tomorrow morning, and happy decluttering. Bye for now.